It's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Piofiore. And last time we got Nicola's best ending, and we did our little after scene that's in the start menu, the 1926 thing. We are going to go start to get our good ending today. And then I think what we'll do is we'll do the extra story for him after... Well, that's his... Okay, best end. Oh, okay. Chapter 7, good. Alright, anyway. It's just weird that it says good. Yeah, so there's the extra story. We didn't do that because we didn't have time in the last part, so we'll do it after we get this ending, which we probably won't get. Whoops. Back. Low. Low honesty. Low affinity. Yes. I don't like it. Skip meanwhile over stories. Okay, because we've already done them all, so. We cannot do that. Do. Right. Remembering the kiss. Ah! Asking Orlok, come on, tell me what's going on. Anyway, whatever. Okay, we're skipping those. We've already read them. Da-da-da. Oh, Sister Sophia! Fucking Roberto. I can't make that call. That's not my call to make. You don't need the approval of criminals. I have the power to protect you from Francesca and the Visconti. Roberto was closing in on me. He was trying to force my acceptance. But I tried to find words to say as I moved to keep distance from him. Do you want to become boss? Nicola, do you want to be the boss? I'm not fit to be the boss. He closed his eyes, hearing my question. He's so precious, I love him. He was smiling, but I could sense that I hurt his feelings with my words. He spoke to me before about the time that he was kidnapped. He said clearly then that he knew Dante was the rightful boss. I didn't kill Marco or any of the other Mafia men found dead. And that also applies to Dante's father. Nicola stopped talking. I could tell that he didn't wish to speak of it anymore. Tell me, Nicola, what are you hiding? Tell me! Anyway, sorry. Touching moments. Their beautiful boy. Beautiful CGs. With their beautiful boy. We skip this one, yeah. I forgot what button to push for a second. And we get a different chapter 8. Because that original chapter 8 was Dolce. And this is Salato? Ooh, here we go! New chapter 8! Night fell upon the manor. Gil gathered his men to the lounge for a meeting. Is it okay for me to be here? Sorry, my voice is like all messed up. Looking around, I felt out of place. If Gilbert says it's okay for you to be here, it's okay. Looks like everyone's here. Gil walked in casually, then took his position in the center of the lounge. He looked across the room. I take it you've all heard the rumors about the Visconti. About us trying to kill the Falzone's boss. Gil then raised his prominent brow. There's no way in hell we'd do such a thing. The rumors are completely false. Sure, we don't get along with them, but we wouldn't actively try to kill them. And that's why I've decided to meet with Dante. Oh, this is actually almost very similar. I was like, this is pretty much similar, so I was like just wondering if you could skip, and you can. It is a different end chapter, but this is all the same. I was like, do we need to read this again? We literally just saw this, so like... Okay. But it is a different title of the chapter, so it is a different chapter, which is weird. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, because chapter 8, yes, and we didn't have a... Interesting. Huh. Oh, with the meeting adjourned, I stepped outside to get a breath of fresh night air. Gilbert's right. I'm not calm in the slightest. I slowly breathed in and out. Dante's willing to be bait so that I can regain my name. I didn't betray the foul zone because I wanted to put Dante in the line of fire, and yet... My hands were clenched into fists. I forced myself to open them. My nails had bitten in my palm and blood was seeping out. If Dante's gonna risk himself like this, then I'll protect him no matter what. I need to protect him. We each need to fulfill our roles. I looked up at the beauty of the moon with resolve in my heart. This isn't the bad ending, but we still have all of it, so it's all basically the same. Oh, what's this? Nicola pursed his lips as if to hold back the words and feelings swelling inside. He then looked into my eyes and smiled. I'll be back, I promise. You be a good girl until I return, okay? He sounded as if he were consoling a child, and I chuckled a bit. This is actually the same conversation, but... maybe there's something slightly different, but that was basically the same thing he said to us. Okay, don't be too late. I'll do my best. And now then, I'll be going. His promise brought warmth to my heart. Okay, that was slightly different. The car Nicola was in headed out. I don't think he did the little kissy thing. I didn't see the CG come up. Never mind. Is this the same? This is the same. Okay. Right, we do this, and then we get the car disappeared mission. Oh, we didn't read that. Okay, the car left to go on the mission. Anyway, that's basically the same. Oh, this is still Nicola. Okay. And this was a battle allying the Foul Zone and Visconti against the Lao Shu. If Dante and Gilbert died, the town would fall under the Lao Shu's rule. I kept my hand on my gun as my eyes surveyed the Lao Shu's headquarters. Okay. Okay, so we actually say, I'll go. All right. So a lot of this is the same. There's a few things that are different. The gunfight continued at the Lao Shu headquarters. As expected, someone fired at Dante as he stepped out of the building. Again, slightly different. That's why we're seeing the differences, like these few things. But it's mostly the same, which is interesting, because Dante's was completely different, I think. I calmly loaded my gun and aimed the flying... I calmly loaded my gun amid the flying bullets. Wow. Nicola. Orlok. His sudden appearance wasn't unusual. Still, I didn't expect to see him here. I asked him a question as I marked my target. Why are you here? Orlok crouched next to me and spoke in a calm manner. Okay, so this time it's Orlok, not Dante. She's been kidnapped. What? Hearing his words made me freeze. But hearing the gunfire brought me back as I immediately crouched down for cover. A Visconti member took her out of the manor. I followed them but lost their tracks. The car was headed toward Falchan. It appears an abandoned building there has been recently purchased by Roberto. I quickly got a hold of myself. If I leave here, Dante... My worry quickly dissipated. Gilbert, I'm going. Yeah, go. Gilbert yelled at me above the clamor, all the while keeping his gun on the enemies. I heard what happened. As the Visconti boss, I take full responsibility. So you just leave. I'll take care of the rest. I'm sorry and thank you. I'm the one who should apologize. Now go. And take care of Dante for me. Gilbert answered me with a grin on his face. Lead the way, Orlok. Orlok quickly turned around and headed into the back alley. Okay. No, Robert, no! I need to keep calm. Roberto was insane. Something didn't feel right before, either. Now I knew exactly what was wrong with him. He'd simply gone mad. My fucking leg hurts all of a sudden. Finally, I got you out of that vile criminal's den. Sorry I didn't notice you pleading for help back at the church. Huh? There's no way you could have asked for my help in front of the Mafia. Your eyes told me you wanted to be saved, when I was like, I can't make that decision. A chill ran down my spine. His words weren't true, but he truly believed them. Yang helped me out. He finally saw the justice in me. He even asked me to help. He even asked to help me restore peace in this town. Not that I fully trust him, but he did assist in getting you here. Not bad for a lowly criminal. But I understand the town won't achieve peace overnight. And the Mafia have begun their foolish warring. This place isn't safe, and it isn't a place where you should live. So let's hide ourselves together. Don't worry. Everything will be fine. We saw Nicola. Was that just him showing up? Because, like, did he shoot him? What happened here? Like, this was all back, but, like, no, this was all the same. It's just I saw him, like, since to present. I swear I saw him, but he's not here yet. I'm, like, crazy. Oh, we flashed back. Okay. That's why I saw him. Because it was, like, going so fast, and then Nicola's here, and all of a sudden it's this, and I'm like, did he kill Nicola? What the fuck happened? Like, that didn't happen in the first one. It was the flashback. I saw his sprite, and I was like, huh? So, let's hide ourselves together. Don't worry. Everything will be fine. I was speechless. I had no idea what to say to him. Seeing that I wasn't responding, Roberto looked at me with his eyebrows raised. What is it? You're safe now. Are you still worried about something? I tried to find the right words to say. I was just hungry. I haven't eaten anything all day. There was no way I could feel hungry after seeing a dead body in plain sight. I chose my words carefully to avoid provoking Roberto. He simply nodded at me in agreement. I see. I knew it. You were tortured, weren't you? There's still time before the train arrives. I'll buy you something. Are sweets okay? Why, yes, please. If Roberto goes to get something, I can make my escape. I'd better be safe. I don't want any criminals coming here and stealing you from me. Without hesitation, Roberto shackled my wrist to a wall pipe with his handcuffs. Well, there goes that plan. I couldn't believe what was happening as I looked at the handcuffs around my wrist. You think someone will come to steal me? He was treating me like I was some kind of object. Well, I mean, it's 1925, and Roberto's insane, so of course he's like, oh, I need to rescue you, the little woman you... Bitch! Can handle myself, sorta. Not exactly, but I can actually handle myself pretty well for a church girl from 1925. I'm just saying. Like, I do an okay job. Without a care in sight, he turned around and headed out the door. There's a keyhole on the inside, too, which means I couldn't open the door without a key. Fear fell upon me. What's going to happen to me? Roberto said something about a train. Maybe he's planning on leaving town and taking me someplace far away. I shook my head to be rid of my fear. Doing nothing wasn't going to help me. I can't just sit here. I need to escape from Roberto. The handcuffs. Maybe I could get them off. Or maybe I could manage to break the pipe and slide the handcuffs off somehow. I tried to get the handcuffs to budge. I then pulled on the pipe as hard as I could until blood seeped from my wrists. But it's no use. I was hoping the rusted pipe would give way, but all I did was hurt my wrist. Roberto should be back soon with the things he went out to buy. Despair overtook my mind. I wondered how long it had been. I couldn't tell how much time had passed. It felt like I'd been here for so long, but perhaps it had only been a few minutes. You're in here with a dead body. Like, Roberto didn't even give a fuck enough to put you in a different room. Like, what a jackass. I still want a path with him in the fan disc. Like, I'm sorry, I still do. Like, look, we're going to go down Yang's route and enjoy it. We might as well be like, Roberto, before he went crazy, was actually probably would have been fun, but I looked up to see light shining in. The window was open and sunlight came streaming inside. Not this Roberto. The one in this path is like, crazy. A shadow suddenly slipped through the window. Orlok could fit through that window? I mean, he's little, but Jesus. Orlok? That's a tiny window. Like, Orlok nodded at me, then quickly went to the door. He drew out a lockpick and began picking the lock. Without much effort, the lock clicked and opened wide. Another shadow came running inside. Space, there you are. Nicola! Seeing Nicola come towards me brought tears to my eyes. Seeing the handcuffs shackling me to the pipe, Nicola frowned with anger. Don't move. This might hurt a little. Orlok raised his dagger. You're gonna chop my hand off at the wrist? Yeah, it's the easiest way. Just kidding. A loud clang was heard, and the handcuffs fell off. The shock from the impact hurt a little, but it was nothing compared to my relief. Thank you, but why are you two here? I rubbed my wrists as I questioned Nicola and Orlok. Better yet, let's get the fuck out of here and then talk about it. To save you, of course. Nicola reassured me, smiling gently. But his expression was stern upon turning to Orlok. Please take her to safety. What about you, Nicola? I'll stay. I need to finish this once and for all. Then I'll stay too. No, I can't put you in any more danger, and I don't want you to see me kill someone. I held my breath, seeing his resolve. Orlok didn't say a word. He effortlessly lifted me up to my feet. Such strong and little body. I was surprised by his strength, despite his slight frame. Let's go, Space. I suppressed my desire to stay by biting down on my lip, then nodded. Seeing my silent reply, Nicola sighed with relief. Orlok carried Space and quickly escaped the building. She kept her eyes on me until I could no longer see her. I quietly loaded my gun amid the silence of the building. I'll end this here. I mean, he definitely will. He's not going to die, because this is the good ending, not the tragic one, so... I closed my eyes and held my breath. In the tragic one, we might end up dead, or he's going to end up dead. Roberto's going to kill one of us. I heard footsteps coming this way. I'm sorry about that, Nicola. You don't need to apologize. I'm the one in the wrong. I replied calmly to Gilbert's apology. I was with Gilbert in the empty lounge at his manor. Like that flipped fast. Dante Falzone met with the Lao Shu and made a deal with them. He was met with gunfire upon his return, but the Visconti, who happened to be passing by, saved him. I suppose I should just be reading this normal. I know it's like we're in his perspective, kinda, but like, whatever. Later, the assailants were confirmed to be the Lao Shu's soldiers, leading to the deal's termination. The Lao Shu couldn't be exterminated completely, but they still took a major hit. Oh, looks like everything went according to plan. I took a deep breath, thinking about what happened. Oh, except for you and Roberto. I won't complain about you killing Roberto. After all, it was our failing that led to that situation. I appreciate your working around the clock to find another way of clearing my name. But the fact that I killed Roberto, that was a critically bad move. Can't do much about losing the cop who testified that you killed Marco. Even with his body gone, the people here will find out sooner or later that he was killed by the Mafia. And they'll think we did it to cover up my crimes. That also means that you'll be a suspect as long as you live here in Berlin. And don't worry, Gilbert. I can take care of myself. Gilbert took a deep breath and exhaled. We're gonna have to run away together. Oh, cute. I kinda like that. You better not do anything weird. I responded with a smirk. Nicholas, so maybe. There are many in the Visconti that don't think well of me. I betrayed the Falzone family. This time I ruined Gilbert's plan by moving on my own accord. I didn't even stay with Dante to protect him. I'd be surprised if anyone did think well of me. The reason I left the Falzone was to find a way to free Dante, but I wouldn't be able to do that anymore with how things were now. Still, I have no regrets. I knew what I needed to do. My end is pretty much set in stone now. I was passing time here alone in my room. The Visconti were running all over the place to get everything done. I didn't want to bother them since they were so busy, so I've been keeping to myself. In fact, I hadn't even had a chance to speak with Nicholas since the incident at the abandoned building. So I waited, in anxiety and loneliness, hoping for a chance to speak with Nicola. Yes? Can I come in, Space? Nicola! Wow. I hurriedly jumped up and opened the door to let him in. I hadn't seen Nicola in a while, but he had the same smile as usual. But something about his expression didn't feel right. What brings you here? What brings you here? I don't know why I can't read today. Anyway. I have something important to tell you. I took a deep breath and waited for him to speak. What I did as a Falzone and as a Visconti caused chaos in Berlone. That means my name will forever be tarnished with no hope of salvation. Okay, we better run away together, because otherwise this is not a good ending. Nicola continued. The Mafia exists only because of the respect we have from the citizens, which means that someone like me would only be a nuisance to the Mafia. But you saved me when I was held captive by Roberto. I looked into Nicola's eyes and tried to encourage him. There's no telling what would have happened to me if you didn't appear. No matter what anyone says, you'll always have my respect. Thank you. But I can't say I'm completely faultless with all that's happened. Nicola, I'm too much to handle for the Visconti. The same applies to the Falzone family, too. I couldn't finish. If he didn't have a place in Berlone, is he gonna leave town? Thinking about his future made me tense. Nicola gently stroked my cheek with his fingers. Nicola looked at me lovingly with his beautiful eyes. I need to set things straight. I can't move forward without doing that. I knew he was burdened with so much, but I mustered the courage to ask him my question. Once you're done, are you going to leave town? His brow twitched. Nicola then let out a smile. Oh. We get a CG, but like, hello there, Dante. How did you get in? Dante responded calmly to my sudden appearance. His composure didn't change, but whenever something unexpected happened, Dante's brows twitched slightly. We both know we're secret ways in and out of here. I have to hand it to myself. I don't think anyone saw me. Why did you come? Why? To say hello? Are you going? I'd only be in everyone's way if I stayed. Not to mention, I don't want to die yet. Naturally. You betrayed the family, so there's no way we could welcome you back. Dante closed his eyes. I'd seen him as a younger brother throughout all the years we'd been together. I didn't want to cause him suffering. My actions led to the worst possible result. I could tell now how terrible it was, but it was too late. I understood. I knew why you betrayed us and what your motives were. You've done your part all this time. I was the only one who couldn't support the family. It was you, and your presence as underboss held the family together. Hey, you're giving me too much credit. Hey, you're the boss here, not me. Let me ask you one question. Even if it was only for a moment. Did you ever see me as a boss? Of course I did. Ever since I was a kid. Dante responded to my smile with a stern look on his face. I don't know, it looked like a smirk to me. If so, you don't need to worry about me anymore. His expression made me hold my breath. I've had my share of suffering as the family's boss. You were with me the whole time, which is why I'm here today. But I can now say that I'm proud of the life I'm living. Since when... When did he become so strong? Nicola, I only ask that you find your own path without worrying about your blood. Thank you, Dante. I guess the little Dante I knew before is a full-fledged adult now. And I only found out now. Dante isn't the only one who'd been shackled by the Falzone blood. I was as well. I gave him a gentle smile. No matter what happens to me, the time I spent as a Falzone and my life as a Falzone, the very blood that flows inside my veins will always be a part of me. After all, we are men of honor. Indeed. I just want a CG of them hugging. I don't need a CG of him, like, romancing me. I need those two, like, I need the bro hug. Space. I heard someone calling my name. I slowly opened my eyes. Nicola? Shh. Nicola gently covered my mouth with his hand and silently gestured for me to be quiet. I swallowed my words, and Nicola moved his hand away from my mouth. I hurriedly woke myself up and tried to ask him why he was here. It's not like anyone else is in the room with us. Why are you... We'd only spoken a short while ago. Why would he come at this late hour? I came to abduct you. Huh? I'm leaving town tonight. Nicola then extended his hand out reverently like a gentleman. Girl, you better take his motherfucking hand. Will you please come with me? Are you sure? I had to ask. After all, I was under Visconti custody. Under normal circumstances, there's no way I could take you away from the Visconti. I'm sure they'd be extremely angry. Nicola brought me here as a gift to them because of my potential value. But like I said before, I can't stay here any longer. If you decide to stay, this will be our last meeting before we part ways. And that's something I just can't bear. You're going to take me with you? I extended my shaking hand out to Nicola. My fingers touched his hand. If that's what you wish. His fingers gently cradled my hand. He frowned with words of concern. Odds are likely that someone will come after me. It'll be a very dangerous journey. If you're okay, I am. I want to be with you. I want to be by your side, Nicola. So, like, in Dante's best ending, we moved into the manor, and in the good ending, we stayed at the church, but still kind of dated him. In Nicola's best ending, we live at the church, but we kind of stay over sometimes, and the good ending is we run away together. So we can live together. It's kind of like flip-flop. Like, we don't live with him in the best ending, because that would be improper. Only in the good ending, because we just like, whoop, out of here, running away. I kind of like that we're going to abscond with each other and like, peace out. Like, bye! I love it. I interrupted Nicola's words to answer him clearly. I was scared when we spoke earlier. I thought you were going to leave town all by yourself. I can't bear the thought of never seeing you again. Nicola gently led me off my bed. He gently embraced me in his arms and whispered in my ear. She was like, I got my bag packed already. Thank you, Spacey. We held each other in the darkness, feeling the warmth of our bodies. Soon after, we should be running away, not doing this. Soon after some rumpled sheets, I'm just kidding, we quietly made our way out of the manor in the darkness of the night. Take only what you can carry. I can carry 42 bags! Oh, this is Gilbert. The sound of pouring liquid echoed in another room. I held the glass filled with the amber liquid to quench my thirst. I looked around a little, sensing a faint presence. Don't get caught, you hear? It's a fine night to start a new journey. The stars were amazingly brilliant tonight. The night passed quietly amidst the cold air. Like, I mean, he totally knew. Like, Gilbert is pretty fucking sharp. Like, I feel like he's one of the sharpest tacks here. He's just like, he knows everything. Like, okay, so I mean, I guess that was the shortest. Like, okay, we still have an after story. But I'm like, this is actually the shortest because the good ending in Dante's route took over an hour to do. After leaving Berlone, we headed south to board a ship from Bari going north. Our destination... Oh! Look at him in his new suit. He's wearing a purple shirt. I love it. I'm gonna die. That's hot. I love it. She looks a little derpy. Like, not gonna lie. This one, she looks like front on. They're not, like... They didn't do the best with her. But, like, he looks gorgeous, so... Say, Nicola, where should we go once we reach Venice? Let's see what to do. I actually haven't thought of anything yet. Huh? I didn't expect to hear that. Well, that's unusual. I always thought you were the type to lay out plans ahead of time. I just thought not having a plan could be fun, too. What lies ahead is our future. I couldn't decide that on my own, right? So, where do you want to go? His kind voice suddenly brought back old memories inside me. If we're traveling from Venice, why don't we head to Milan? It's large enough to hide us, and I've always wanted to go there. I see. The larger the better, that's for sure. But it doesn't have to be in Italy. Of course, it'd be that much more difficult. Still, I think it'd be nice to leave the country. Oh my, this is a hard decision. Don't worry, let's think about it once we arrive in Venice. We have all the time in the world. After all, we're free to do as we please. I fucking love this. I actually kind of love this ending. Like, we just, like, fucking run away and, like, journey across fucking Italy. Like, sure, we're running and that would get tiring and you want to just settle down, but it's, like, kind of fun for now. You're right. I've never left Berlone before, so I have no idea what lies out there. This is so exciting. And I couldn't be happier. I have the most important person beside me. Nicola will be with me through it all. I'm happy too. And just having you near me and holding my hand like this, Nicola, our freedom gave us a world of possibility. He's so goddamn beautiful. Living a life afar, hiding our identities, I understood that our life wouldn't always be filled with happiness. Someone was always going to be after us. I wouldn't be able to see any of my dearest friends left behind in Berlin again. Even so, I can live on as long as Nicola's with me. I savored my happiness with my beloved. Our future has just begun. I actually really like the good ending. I love it a lot. Like, it's so great. Alright, so we'll do the little extra story. Doot, doot, doot. Okay. Just weird, I always want to hit my little, like, joystick, and it doesn't move these, so. It's a short story, right? We did read Dante's, right? Tell me we did. Like. Okay, I'm gonna guess. The weird thing is. No, yeah. The red one is definitely fucking Gilbert's because it's got Creta in it. And Veleno is where Yang is, and it's green. Plus also on their cards, the background for Gilbert is red and Yang, and so then the other one with everything on it must be Orlok's. It's interesting they're in that order, because you have to play these two first. Well, you don't have to play them first. You have to play one of them first. Then you can play Orlok and Yang, but it's just funny. I guess it's because Dante and Gilbert are the heads of the family, and everybody else are, like, side pieces in the families, or not involved in the families. But then again, so's Yang. So, well, I mean, I guess that's why they're first three, but I don't know, it's weird. Oh, God, no, that's not what I wanted. I was on the wrong person. Nicola's short story, yes. Woo! Oh, right. It's because it's in his perspective, isn't it? Anyway, it was quite an honor to receive such a role. I, Nicola Francesca, committed a sin in betraying my family. And yet the Falzone and the Visconti still trusted me. So this is following the best ending, but we just didn't get to do it then, so. Which was why I was doing what I could to repay their trust, but I need to get some rest. I let out a deep sigh upon leaving Dante's office after giving him my report. Not that I have time to rest, though. Only I could lessen my load. Maybe I could delegate some of my work to Leo and the others. I walked down the hallway trying to figure things out. It made no sense overburdening myself. If I went down, I'd just be burdening everyone else. That said, the biggest reason why I'm so tired is because I can't find the time to spend with her. I never expected this to be the reason. I kept people away when I wanted to rest because it'd be tiring to be with someone. But things were different now. Her smile and the feeling of her gentle embrace satisfied my heart. It made me feel like nothing could take me down. I bet I could. I peeked into the salon to get a cup of espresso, only to see Space there. It looked like she was reading a book alone. I smiled, happy to see her around. And then thought of a small prank. Of course you did. Jesus Christ, you can't just be nice, can ya? I quietly moved and got behind her. Are you done with your work, Nicola? What? You noticed? That didn't end well. I was trying to surprise you. Space didn't even turn around and simply replied, I can tell when someone is nearby. I think I'm a lot keener than before, thanks to a certain someone playing tricks on me. Wait a moment. Is she actually reprimanding me? I did enjoy seeing the many sides of the woman I loved, but I didn't think anyone would be angry at me for acting a bit immaturely. Say, are you angry by any chance? I tried to find out how she felt now. All she was doing was reading her book. I'm not angry or anything. I'm just used to being surprised already. It's no fun without her paying attention to me. I need to play with her emotions to get her attention. Well, let's see if this would work. I reached out for her from behind before Space could react. Oh! Her face is kind of cute. Oh, hi, Nicola. Oh, yeah, please, bite my ear. I love it. I held her firmly in my arms so she couldn't escape, and then gently nibbled her ear. I chuckled, hearing her tiny shriek. Hey, Nicola, what are you... I thought you wouldn't be surprised. It's got me in a chokehold. I do not fucking mind this at all, though. Jesus Christ, this man could nibble all over everything. I fucking love him. There's something so wrong with me. I don't know. I wasn't gonna let her go easily. My nibbling and whispering made her body squirm in my arms. And that surprised, eh? Hey, your ear's so red. Cut it out! Stop it already! She embarrassingly tries to shoo me away. I only spoke the truth, though. Hey, you're so cute, Space. I wondered if she knew I was telling the truth. Sometimes I felt like my words of love to her were simply falling on deaf ears. I understood it was because of who I was, which was why I kept telling her how much I loved her. In any case, seeing her react to even the tiniest of pranks was unbearably cute. But now... I gave a sigh as I held the flustered Space in my arms. I wanted to play with you a bit longer, but I gotta get back to work. Oh, okay. Space stuttered at my whisper. I could tell by the tone of her voice that she was a bit relieved to know she'd be freed. Well, good luck with your work, Nicola. I still had my arms around her. I whispered a secret into her ear. We'll continue later tonight. Hi, okay. She's gonna get all embarrassed, but me inside is like, oh my god. His Space held her breath, knowing what I was implying. Her white neck was now as scarlet as a rose. She still hadn't replied to me, so I nudged her a bit with stronger words. I can't hear you. Yes. She nodded and replied with a meek voice. I felt a lot better now that I saw my cute girl trembling with embarrassment. Good girl. This whore. How dare you tease me like this? I love it. I'll try and finish my work early, so you just wait for the fun tonight. I waved my hand at Space, who was looking at me with an angry, yet confused expression on her red face. I wish I could stay a bit longer, but oh well. That woke me up much better than sipping on a cup of espresso. Break time is over. I feel like I can do a lot more just thinking that she's waiting for me. I couldn't believe a single girl was affecting me like this, but couldn't deny it since it was true. I can't wait for tonight. Oh, I'll have my fill of my adorable girl then. Okay. Okay. Thanks for not making me read that, but I like the implications. Gallery. Yeah, only these two are the new ones, right? Yeah, here we go. Oh. Choo-choo high text. They're lovely. So this is like a shorter part. I honestly thought his was gonna go longer because Dante's took like a fucking hour to do. We were like doing it, it's like, oh, okay, I guess Dante was just longer. I feel like, well, Dante's route was definitely longer because he had an extra chapter. And I feel like his good ending took a lot longer to go through. Again, it took like over an hour. And this, with the extra part, was only like 40 minutes. So like, alright. We should be able to get through, I'm guessing, all of his... Well, he has a tragic bad ending, and I think he's got 2 other bad endings. I don't know. We'll see if we can get through all of them in an hour then. You'd think we could, because, you know. But, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And then we'll probably get the rest of our CGs. We get 2 CGs in the tragic bad ending. Which actually... Huh. And we're still missing... Oh, we might get one in the, Oh, whoops. That's not what I meant to do. The CGs are really great. I really do like them. We'll get one in the... Probably the... Did we get one in Dante's side? I think we did in the side story. In the main menu, the bad one. Because we've already done the good one, so... But yeah. We'll flip back. This will be our end one, because I love it. She looks a little derpy. Like, she's a little derpy in this. I don't know what it is. But he's goddamn gorgeous, so can we just, like... Zoom in. Zoom in. Here we go. There we go. That's all we need. Just this. No, we'll look at the whole thing. But anyway. Yeah, so we'll start the bad endings and we'll see where we get and see what happens. But, well, because we have a lot to do with the bad endings. Because we got to do the tragic bad ending, we got to do the side story, and then we got to do the other two. So we got a lot. And, well, we start in chapter 6, so that might... I don't know. Look, I don't know. I was expecting this to take more than a part. It didn't even take a full part, but anyway. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.